At my library, we search for items that were due the day before to see if items are in the stacks. This lesson will use that daily report as an example of how to use Alma's analytics. This lesson incorporates the materials from the previous lessons. If this were your first query, you might be uneasy about how to begin. Remember that there is a community of users in Alma's analytics to work from. If necessary, look at other queries in Shared Folders Community. Think about what you want from your results. How should they look? Because of how we organize searching, by floor and by call number, we will create a report that includes floor or collection, call number, title, barcode, due date. Click Design Analytics, New, Analysis, Fulfillment. Fulfillment is the subject for circulation in Alma. We can see the subject area is now showing the fulfillment tree. There are many options. If you don't know where the field you want is hiding in your subject area, you can use the search button, a magnifying glass, to help you to find them. Some amount of playing and reviewing other institution searches will help with some of the field names. First, we want the floor or collection, which is called location name. We can type location name in the search box and it comes up with only one answer, which can then be dragged and dropped into the selected columns area. Next is the call number. Quite a few call number options appear. For most items, call number will be the correct choice. However, some items may have a temporary call number for display. For this kind of search, items that have been borrowed, we will use loan details call number. Title has a few options, but the ordinary title will work just fine, which is bibliographic details title. Barcode is simple with only one entry, loan details barcode. Due date uses loan details due date. In summary, these are the fields we're looking to include in our report, and these are where they're located in the tree. But we will also need the conditions or filters for this query. We will need loan status, process status, and claimed returns. The first two are under loan details, while the third is under loan. Loan status needs a filter because it is one of the criteria in the query. If you select the drop-down arrow next to value, you have the option active. That means it is actively loaned at the moment. Complete means it is no longer on loan. Process status needs a filter as well. Because it can have a variety of valid options, select the operator contains any, which is the Boolean OR. Click the Value drop-down and select Lost, Normal, Recall, Renew. Click OK. Process status means that in addition to being actively checked out, it could be lost, recalled, renewed. In any case, it means the item has not yet been returned. But what about items that were claimed returned? Give it a filter where the value equals 1, which simply means it was reported returned. Notice the Boolean "and" in the Filters panel. We want items that have either been lost, recalled, renewed, or claimed returned. To change that "and" to an "or," click on it. It is indented to indicate it is ORing with the filter above. Finally, we want to see items that were due yesterday but have not been returned. At this point, we encounter a problem with Ex Libris's updating of Alma's analytics. Because they choose to update during business hours instead of a more customer service-oriented time, such as when we are closed, looking at the previous day will never be correct. If the analytics update happens from 5 to 9 p.m., no returns after 5 p.m. will be included in analytics. The only way to partially overcome this poor scheduling is to look at items due 2 days ago. But at least we can be sure the items were not turned in on the actual due date. Go to Due Date and add a filter. Click the checkbox next to Convert this filter to SQL. We can now use the timestamp add function we learned in the last video, except this time we will put -2 so we see items that were due 2 days ago. If we run the query, we can see that loan status, process status, and claimed returned probably don't need to be seen in the report. If we want to remove them from being visible while still using the filters, we can delete them from the Selected Columns panel. You see that the filters still exist in the Filters panel. Run it again. We could give it a title, subtitle, and provide the run date on the report. You can see a preview here. Click Done. You can move columns in the result to make it display correctly. Then save as in your personal folder or your libraries folder. When it's truly refined, share it with everyone in the community. You can make it a scheduled report, and you can give it the ability to subscribe with job function, through email, or using widgets. For more information about the fulfillment fields, there's a table explaining these fields found in the Knowledge Center. There are ways around the analytics update problem by using sets, which will be covered in a later video.